a playblast. First of all, I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'm going to show you how you can actually make it look good and look more like a finished render. A playblast isn't a render, it's just a recording of the viewfinder. So first of all, you need to go into the animation drop down, and then you want to go to playback, and here we've got playblast. We're going to click on the little option box next to it, and then we're going to set up the settings so that we can create a high quality video. So depending on what version of Maya you've got, you'll have different settings here. I'm going to set mine to AV Foundation and then set it to H.264. If you haven't got that, set it to AVI. That will also record it as video, just a slightly different video format. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to change the quality of it. We want to render it in 1080p. That is standard HD video. We're going to go from not from window, we're going to change it to custom, and we're going to put in 1920 by 1080. Okay, I'm going to click save to file, and we're going to name it. Now notice where it's going, that's what it's called. And if I go browse, this is where it's saving. It's saving in Documents, Maya, Projects, Default, Movies. So just notice where it's saving. You can save it for any you want. I'm going to keep it in this project, and I'm just going to call it Krampus 2, and I'm just going to save. And I'm going to click apply. Very important that you click apply. Make sure it's saying save to file. Make sure you put that in. Make sure you've set that up. Make sure you've set that up, and then just click apply. And then it will save it out. And the advantage of doing this over a screen recording is, so there it is, it's saved out. Obviously it doesn't look that great at the moment. We can make it look much better. The advantage of doing this over a screen recording is it's not going to lag, and it's going to export it correctly. Okay, so let's get it looking a little bit better. So obviously you could change the background and all of that. That would also make it look a lot better. One thing that we could get rid of is all of the controls that you can see and all of this other stuff. So let's get rid of that. So we'll go to show, and we're going to click on none. That's going to turn everything off in the viewfinder so we can't see anything. Then we're going to go to show polygons. You can also do the shortcut there to turn polygons on. So now it's just showing the polygons and we can't see the controllers or anything like that. So that already looks a lot better. What's really going to help is to set up things like lights and things like that. So I'm going to create some lights. So I'm going to go create lights. I'm going to use point lights for this. To turn lights on, you've got to click 7 on your keyboard. Now I've got shadows turned on. That looks a lot better. So if you go lighting, you can turn shadows on there. Lighting, shadows. That's it without. That's it with. If you go to attribute editor, you can change the settings for the light. So I'm going to change it to maybe like a blue kind of outdoor kind of a light. I'm going to change the settings so it looks kind of moonlight-y. And then I'm going to duplicate the light, Command D or Control D. And I'm going to bring it in front, trying to fill in some of those shadows. And I'll change the color. Contrasting lighting always looks great, so I'm going to maybe change it to kind of more of a red tone. I'm going to change the decay rate, that's how fast the light kind of dies away, to linear. And maybe jack the quality, the intensity up. Let's be like 40. That's not enough. Let's go 100. Okay, that's better. Maybe I'll change it from linear to quadratic. All right. That's going to make it die away even faster. Let's change it to 500. Oh, let's put another 0. Okay. That's kind of more like kind of lantern light. I'm going to change the color of this cube that he's standing on. Make it a bit darker. I'm going to put it underneath. I can also turn the grid off. That will look good. Because the grid will show up in a playblast. So the grid you can just turn off there. I'm also going to get rid of this, some of these displays, get rid of the view cube and get rid of perspective. If I go to, it shows what camera is there. If I go to display, heads up display, I'm going to turn camera names off. I'm going to go to display, and I'm also going to turn the view cube off there. the view axes, and I'm going to go to my cube. I'm going to go to Lambert. I'm going to assign a new material. I'm just going to make it kind of much darker. That's already looking much better. It would be kind of cool if it had an animated camera. So I'm just going to go to View, select Camera, and I'm just going to set up the first shot. So once I've got View, select Camera, that means I can just put keyframes on the camera, like anything else in Maya. So I'm just going to hit S to create a keyframe, and then perhaps I can move along over here somewhere, move the camera right in. If you click on this icon here, it shows you kind of what the frame will actually look like. And kind of line out properly. I'm going to go to the end and create a third keyframe. Okay, so now I have something kind of like this. So there's lots more I could do. I could start putting some more stuff in the background. Just because the background is going to export as black. So what I could do is I can just put like a plane or something in the background. Just so I've got like a white backdrop or something behind him. Let's push that background in and we'll just scale that up slightly. We'll assign a new material. So assign a new material. I'm going to make it a bit incandescent, and I'm going to change it to blue or something like that. Okay, you want to make sure you're not selecting anything. And I'm now ready for my playblast. That background's actually a little bit bright. Let's make it a bit darker so the character stands out a bit more. Let's bring it down a bit darker. Turn down the incandescence a little bit. Okay, that looks all good. So I'm just going to deselect and I'm just going to hit play back, playblast. I think we should all be good. Oh, I made a mistake. I need to turn that off. You can see that I'm getting that border in. So let's instead turn that off. And now let's go again. Playblast. And that's looking a lot better. And that's looking a lot more like a finished render. Cool. So again, you can go into Documents. You can find it. You can find it in Documents, Default, or Projects Default, and then in Movies it'll probably save to. But that's how you create a playblast. Message me if you have any other questions. Good luck with everything.